with Sorry, we had an intruder.
That's okay, no problem. Are we ready?
Yes.
Super. Ashima, welcome to Sunrise Radio. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very, 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 very happy to be on Sunrise Radio.
Same here. We're happy to have you, Ashima. I mean, how are you feeling? Well, I'm going to watch the film later today. So I'm very, very excited about that. But tell me how you're feeling, with the release of the movie. How are the emotions?
Emotions are on the meter of 1 to 10, 10 plus 2.
So is that a mix of excitement, nervousness, or what is it?
Yeah, mostly happiness and excitement. Of course, we're getting great reviews for the film, and also, it's a 2-year-long journey which has finally come to an end. I was every day dreaming of the release, and it's what's gonna happen. And today, now that time has come, I'm really, really excited and very happy. And that at the end of the day, for a director, what is important is the audience. And now here we are. Let's see what the match.
Yeah. No, of course. Now, Ashima, tell me, how has the journey been? Because you said it's been a long journey. It's been a few years. But why did you decide to choose this story in particular?
There are many reasons, of course. For me, the deal clincher was the emotion of the mother who had lost her children to the child services, and then her fight to bring the children back. That was what hooked me to the story, because already I had heard of the real story 10 years ago when it actually happened. And then it stayed in my head, in some recesses of my memory, it was there. And then life happened. And then somebody called me about 2 years ago saying, we have this film for you, and we found your number from somewhere, and we're calling you, and we think you should make the film. And I thought, okay, tell me. And then he said, do you remember once in Norway? And I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I felt like, an elephant had put his a foot on my chest. It was that heavy, because it all came back to me. And also, I had my own personal journey to becoming a mother was very long. It took me very long to get pregnant, and I was desperate to be a mother myself. And I'm a single mother, and my whole 4 years of my past life had been so consumed by motherhood that when this film came to me, I felt it was like a cosmic intervention. I felt like I have to make this. I'm a mother, and at that time I was a new mother, and I had just gone through the cycle of finally finding motherhood and being a mother myself, and to get to make this story, because the emotions of a mother really intrigued me. Mm-hmm. I was so impressed by the story, and it hit me so hard in my bone. And I thought, I'm going to go all out with this. I'm going to make it a watchable, engaging film about a mother and her separation from her child.
And what was it like? I mean, you've told your personal side of the story as well, but on set, from actually thinking about this story and saying, I'm actually going to go all out with this, and then actually starting it from day one of shoot until the end, what was your emotional process when you were in the middle of making this film itself?
The journey started from the very beginning, when I met the real mother whose story it is. And as I already mentioned, I was very intrigued by her journey as a new mother, because she had 2 children, and her child was only 3 months old, and she was still breastfeeding. So I couldn't understand how was she managing the first day when the children were taken. Did she sleep at night? Or you have this huge house you've just bought, and you bought them for the house for your children, and now you're there alone with your husband, and your child is somewhere in Norway, and it's time for that child to drink milk. And the body is producing it, so you are continuing with your motherly duties, functions. Your body is a mother, but your child is not there. What are you feeling in your head? It doesn't matter what the world is saying or what the world is thinking or whatever. You are in your head, you're a mother, new mother, just have delivered a baby, you're already postpartum, so to me, it was this intensity of just this mother's emotion, which actually got my heart ticking when I met the real mother originally. And of course, once I heard her story and I imbibed the whole thing, and of course, being a filmmaker, you have to make a film about a story that already everybody knows. Still, they want to be able to come into the hall, watch it, enjoy it. It should have an impact on them, and they should take away something. It's a tough task. Apart from that, it is in English. There are people speaking in English, Hindi, Bengali, and Norwegian, which I also don't speak. Bengali also, there's a lot of challenges. So at every point, it was, working. I mean, you have to be on top of your game if you wanted to make a film like this.
Yeah,
it's a very difficult film to make. And then, of course, the casting was a big one.
Yeah, let's talk about the casting. I think, of course, Rani Mukherjee, phenomenal actress. I mean, the trailer in itself is just so heart-wrenching. What was it like working, with the entire cast that you have? Because I just think the whole casting is so spot on. Just through the trailer, you can see.
Yeah, it was a difficult one because, especially for casting, I think, in this film, everything is, it was a challenge because it was a pandemic. Everything was shut. People were not wanting to come out to work because nobody knew. And then there was this Indian crew in the second round of I think it was the Delta variant, or I don't remember. But anyway, so here there was like 50 Indians coming during the pandemic. So we needed a cast which was excellent in their performance from India, and of course a local cast which was Norwegian, so that there is a face-off in the film. Apart from that, of course, the glorious Rani Mukherjee, who the minute I heard this story, I could not think of anyone else, because a Bengali mother, she is the epitome of it. And also in my own journey of being a mother, I had sort of confided in her first, when because I knew her initially, and I told her, I think the path for me is to be a single mother now, and I want to go ahead and have a baby, and and I saw sides to her which were just so compassionate and so sympathetic and supporting as a friend and colleague and as everything. So while I was writing the script, I could not think of anybody else, because I had already seen this side to her. Plus, she was a mother, and she's a phenomenal actress, as you will see in the film. And playing an Indian mother who's postpartum, it's difficult. It takes nuance, and to have a journey through the film in which you start off as like, you don't know what's happening to you, because there is an internal story as well. It is not just about acting and looking good. There is an internal journey of a mother who's lactating. So you need, it was so she has watched the film for her and see what an actress can bring to the story. It's incredible.
I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, I really am. And Ashima, finally, I just want to ask you if there's a little message that you would like to give our listeners, anyone who's potentially thinking about watching this movie, or who's listening to this interview right now.
Yes, my message is that this film, we have, our attempt is to make it absolutely universal. Even if you turn off the audio and watch the film, it will impact you, because it is a mother's story. And at the end of the day, we are all born to our mothers, and we are babies, and that's the first relationship you have. And then you grow up to be whatever toddler, and then kindergarten, and then engineer, doctor, everything is all secondary. So it is a basic human emotion of a mother and child. And we have tried our best. I've tried my best to make it a cinematic experience of an international stature, so that people are the envelope has to keep being pushed when it comes to technicalities. So yes, it is the story of a mother's journey. We will all feel it. I'm sure that when you get into the hall, you're not coming out disappointed. You're going to love it. Just please watch it for the mother who suffered it, and for Rani, and for all of us.
Well, thank you so much, Ashima. Good luck. And I really can't wait to watch it tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
I have a question.
Yes.
not for the interview, it's a separate question. Is this the same Sunrise Radio which plays all the Hindi songs?
Yes, it is. It is that one.
You know, I used to, I studied in England and I used to listen to Sunrise Radio.
Oh, that's so nice to hear that. Of course it is the one and only Sunrise Radio.
Oh, wow. Life comes in full circle.
It
Huh?
absolutely does. I'm so pleased you used to listen to it. Do you remember any of the RJ names from back in the day?
I don't know, but I used to send messages on email. At that time, it was email, and wait to see if it was picked up.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have actually been talking about the film quite a lot since the trailer came out, because it was just so, like, it was so touching and so moving. And also, like, I'm so excited to be watching Rani Mukherjee on the big screen. Like, I always miss her. Like, she comes. Yeah, she's absolutely incredible. So I'm really, really excited for this. Super excited. Oh, but I'm pleased. I'm pleased you're a Sunrise listener.
Yes, I am. I was very happy to see your name on the list. I was like, this is Sunrise Radio.
Yay! Chalo, all the best, Ashima. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.